I spent many years in the large corporate world, and I enjoyed the financial rewards of this. I climbed the corporate ladder, but in reality, I was only a cog in a machine. I had financial security, but it was eating away at my soul. My last day in this corporate world was the same week I started my IO Psych degree here at Adler. In one short week, the values that showed up around me shifted from power, privilege, and compliance to social interest, pluralism, courage, excellence, and pragmatism. I felt connected to this new world immediately. My goal now, as you heard, is to help others bring values like these ones at Adler into the workplace and shift the dynamic of doing a job to creating work experiences, ones that unleash potential and creativity and welcome diversity and inclusiveness. I talk about values every day with clients, with my family, and on social media. Values every day guide our behavior and determine the decisions that we make. I say this because the values we were grounded in here at Adler are powerful, and they can guide us into the future as we go out and make our change. There are 5 values, and I'm going to go through each one now. Let's start with the first one, social interest. It's described at Adler as being invested in a community and acting with compassion and social responsibility. It was evident on day 1 in my IO classes that we were all invested in building better communities, be that in the military, in government, in childcare, in academia, or in the private sector. I saw compassion demonstrated on a regular basis, and I'm sure you all saw this value too. Now, how are we going to take that value of social interest forward into our next pursuit, or in our workplace? For me, I put my energy into the work human and conscious capitalism movements. I'm building partnerships and amplifying my voice to build workplaces that are more compassionate and connected to the human element. The second value here at Adler is pluralism. It's defined as respecting and celebrating human diversity and difference. Again, this was immediately evident in my classes. Diverse opinions were welcomed, expanding our learning experience, making it richer and more meaningful. It strengthened my desire to be curious instead of divisive, especially in areas where I held strong beliefs. In our world outside of Adler, I encourage you to bring this value to life and invite difference instead of chastising it. It can give us all new insights and deepen our understanding of others. The third Adler value is excellence, and it's described as embracing the highest levels of quality, rigor, and integrity. Here's how this value showed up in our class. We had just started a new IO course, and our collective effort into the discussion board was, let's just say it was a little less than stellar. I admit I'd become a little bit lazy and had not put in a full effort of work that week. Our professor quickly stepped in and reminded us of our commitment to excellence and that the work shown so far was not acceptable. That was the only reminder that we needed for the rest of the program. The level of excellence only got higher after that. Sometimes we can take this concept of excellence for granted as life can get busy and we can get complacent. But all we need is a gentle reminder. Please keep this in mind as you move forward. Surround yourself with people who will give you honest feedback and hold you accountable to this high level. The fourth value is pragmatism, and it's defined as pursuing real-world solutions and measurable results, being outcome-oriented and evidence-based. I'll admit I was expecting a typical academic experience, one rooted in evidence, but a little short in reality. I'm really happy to say that I was dead wrong on this. I applied learnings from my classes immediately into my professional work. In fact, I took it one step further, and I used my coursework as research for a book that was published earlier this year about workplace culture. As you move forward with your social change agenda, remember that you can't change everything all at once, as much as we would love to. So be real and stay pragmatic. Your impact will show up in places you might not expect it to. And remember, we don't need to change the world all at once. This is a journey, it's not a destination. So think about measuring your impact along the way to gain support and slowly shift mindsets. If we can each make incremental gains, it will collectively add up to significant change. And last but not least is the value of courage. At Adler, it is defined as encouraging leadership, innovation, creativity, and challenging the status quo. I saw this demonstrated throughout my classes by students and faculty all the time. Even more so in our second year, as we became more comfortable taking risks and stimulating a deeper level of dialogue. In our Adler community, we've been surrounded by people with similar values. And that made it easier and safer to be ourselves and stand up for what we believed was right. It's not going to be this easy in the real world. We will encounter obstacles, challenges, frustrations, and disappointments. Expect it to be a challenging road in whatever field you choose, in whatever role you play. But please, please do not give up. There is too much at stake here. That's why this last value of courage is so important. To borrow words from Winston Churchill, success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. My fellow Adler graduates, I urge you to stay grounded in these values and use them to guide you into the next part of your journey. Remember, we are not just a few of graduates. We are a just few. We are change makers, grounded by incredible values and filled with undeniable courage. And let's face it, that's exactly what our world needs right now.